Being a two-way player has always been valuable in the game of basketball, and today's guest is no different. Lanaya Foster is a hooper out of Georgia Tech. She breaks down how she developed both sides of the game. She developed being an elite bucket on one end, but being able to lock up the bucket on the other end of the floor. She talks about how she developed both ends, the secret piece, the key piece that separated her from the other girls around her, her peers, got her to this level, and all the game and the influence impact that her dad had her game in her career. So if you're trying to figure out how to become an elite two-way player and find your edge, this interview is for you. So without further ado, let's build this blueprint.
Yo, what's going on, man? You good?
Yo, yeah, you?
Yeah, man. I'm talking to a real hooper. That's what I heard. I heard I'm talking to a real hooper. Like she can get buckets. Matter of fact, I heard she not only can she get buckets, but she lock up on the other end too. That's what I heard.
Well, you heard it right then.
Okay. So okay, if you had to pick which side of the floor you kill her at, like both ends are good,
Mm,
but one end is just like a lot better or a little bit better than the other one. Which one is it?
Offense.
Mm. So
I would definitely say the offense.
Lanaya's offense would do better against her defense. If she was playing each other, the offense would win.
Yes.
Okay. Talk to me about your offense. What's like your superpower, that thing that you just dope at on offense?
I would for sure say my mid-range game. Like, I love getting to my spots and pulling up. If I get there, I'm rising up right away, getting into it. Because I know it's something I rep out and work on so much that I'm just very confident in it. So I would say my mid-range for sure.
Man, if you go on social media, if they say the kids don't know nothing about a mid range game, and it's like, oh, the mid range game is lost, but like y'all must not watch basketball because your case of evidence of like you still got the mid range around.
Yeah,
So
no, for sure.
what made you kind of like want to do the mid range and find, was it like your trainer or coach putting on game to that, or is it just like you naturally like, oh, it makes sense for me in my game?
A little bit of both because like my trainers were implemented into me, but like I always wanted to be a three-level scorer. I wanted to find multiple ways to score. So adding the mid range when you always can't get to the cup is a good thing, especially stopping on a dime, rising up. That's not easy to guard all the time. So I would definitely say, it's a little bit of both.
So what made you want to be 3 level? Because you could have just been like downhill scorer, just getting buckets that way, or could have been a sniper, especially the Steph Curry era that we in. So what made you want to be a 3 level scorer?
Just because you don't want to be easy to guard. You want to be able to open up stuff for yourself on the offensive end. So when you have like not that many limitations of what you can do as a player, it really helps open up your game. So
So you feel like that mid range is like the go-to unguardable piece for you.
yeah, for sure.
Mm, okay. So now defensive end. Talking about that half, like what's you looking like on defense? Are you the pit bull, just physical, knocking everybody head off, or are you a little bit more finesse? You kind of like pickpocketing people, a little bit shot blocking. Talking about your defense.
I would say I like shot blocking. I love to shot block, and I shouldn't be doing it all the time. Sometimes I be swatting a little too much, but shot blocking for sure. I love rising up,
Hold on.
maybe going up with two hands.
What position you play again?
A guard, so I'm gonna win.
That's what I thought, but then you saying shot blocking. I'm like, hold on. So how are you a shot blocking guard?
It's possible. No, for really, it is. What you mean, like how I'm a shot blocking guard?
Talk to me about how you shot. Are you going against bigs and just coming down there embarrassing them, or you like on the perimeter
No,
like,
guards. Like if I get
mm,
drove on, I'm probably rising up ready to time it to block it.
all right,
Guards.
you can pick one of these situations. Game's on the line. You got the ball in your hands. We're down by one. Hey, ISO, clear it out. She got the ball. We good. She don't need no screen. We good. Clear it out for her. You
Yeah.
doing your thing. Get to the midi. Pull up, and it's cash. Or you on the other end of the floor.
Mhm.
Y'all up by one. Let's say y'all playing uh South Carolina. Sweet 16 or Elite 8. Let's put a little more into it. Elite 8. Y'all get a chance to go to the Final Four. It's South Carolina too now. It's South Carolina. You know, it's Dawn. It's them.
Yeah, right.
It's Raven Johnson doing her
Hmm.
thing. Boom. She driving. She thinks she got you on the mid-range pull-up. Oh, but she ain't see. We got a dog coming behind her. Block.
Hmm.
Y'all going to the Final Four. Which one would you rather have?
Oh, that's a great question. I think I would rather have the defensive stop. I would rather have the
Mm,
block.
why?
I would rather have the block because I feel like with stopping somebody or getting a stop gives you a different type of energy than scoring. If that makes sense. So I feel like if I was to get
No, I
that
feel you.
stop, man, that's like okay, like that's the game winning play right there. Like the buzzer beaters and stuff is cool, but when you're able to sit down and lock in and have a good defensive possession for a couple of seconds, I feel like that's way more harder than looking for your shot.
So did you care about defense as a kid? Were you always like in tune with playing great defense?
No, no. As a kid, it was always about putting the ball in the hoop. I feel like watching NBA players, as a kid, like who doesn't like scoring? Like you wanted to score. That was the big thing that was honed in. That a lot of players honed in on at a young age. But as I got older, I'm all like, okay, defense is fun too. Like stopping somebody, stopping them from getting where they want to get. Like that's good.
Hmm. Who were you watching as a kid to make you be inspired to be a defensive juggernaut?
To be honest, inspired me defensively. I don't know. My favorite player was Curry, so I've watched Curry a lot growing up. I love Maya Moore too for WNBA. So I don't know if they inspired me defensively, but like they inspired me. Like I really love watching the game. To this day, like I'm always watching Curry highlights. What time he be playing? I went to see him and John play like in April. Yeah, so it was a great game. But I wouldn't say like anybody probably inspired me defensively.
I can tell the Maya Moore because she was a mid-range assassin and she locks up on the
Hmm.
other end. So
Yeah,
I can see that in your game too. But I get Curry. Curry, he's the GOAT. So it's like, all right, cool, whatever, you know. But
yeah,
but as far as your game, it's like, okay, Maya Moore makes sense. But
yeah. No,
so okay, where the defense like when did you start realizing defense mattered and you started really caring about it though?
I would say in high school, my head coach, we had this thing called driven by discipline, and like the defensive end was very important. Like he was always focused on us getting stops and letting everything else come to us still flow, but we have to get stops. So I feel like around my high school era is that's when defense really started to get honed in on, and then when I got to my freshman year of college, it was even more like exaggerated. So I was like, okay, yeah, like defense is a very important part of the game.
Mm. Okay, so before you were locking up on defense, you were just getting buckets on offense. So were you truly like a Steph Curry of like just trying to score all the time and no defense? Or was it just I can play defense, but I just choose not to? What was that like?
I would say I can play defense. I don't say I didn't choose not to, but it wasn't something that was like, oh my god, let me lock down and get this stop. Like we gotta do defense, we gotta do defense, we gotta do this. It was just like purely like maybe scoring. Like how can I impact the scoring? And as I got older, I realized you can impact the game in so many ways. So
All right, so young bucket getter you, were you just like naturally a bucket or were you kind of like crafted into it? How'd you first start off like young middle school rec ball version of you?
I was a bucket. Like I was like very confident in scoring. Middle school especially, like that's when I realized like, okay, I can do something with this. Really. I can go far very far. And then when I got to high school, that was just like I just took off with it from there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
What made you so confident though?
I would definitely say my dad. He inspired me a lot. And then watching, like, he played basketball growing up, and then we would all watch basketball on the TV and everything. And we played ones all the time. Like, he used to be beating me like every single time. Like, I could never beat him, and I used to be mad. Like, I used to be so mad until when I first finally beat him. It was like okay, like yeah, I'm getting older now. Why you getting older, so you ain't gonna be able to hang with me no more. So I would say I would say, yeah, my dad implemented a lot of confidence into me, and then like I just, took off with it from there.
So you confident from the jump, or did it take a while to build that confidence?
No, from the jump, because I just feel like when you're younger, like you really don't care what anybody thinks, and you just be out there playing, just doing your thing. So yeah,
Mm. So you just picked up the ball and it's like, I'm finna get buckets on y'all. And then just from there, it was a wrap.
pretty much. When I used to always play like on boys teams, so, like in their little rec league, so they didn't have any girls teams. I was always playing with boys, so that just made me feel like okay, I can't come out here playing like a girl. They're not just gonna be like, oh yeah, she's a girl, this and that. No, like I'm gonna play because I can hoop with y'all too.
Now, the boys even go harder when they see a girl out there for real.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they just be like, oh yeah, like she's a girl, or they like to pull that I'm not trying stuff. So yeah,
Did that make you go harder? Be like, all right, y'all just not finna disrespect me out here.
no, yeah, for sure, for sure.
What did it feel like when you first embarrassed the dude out there? It was like, all right, y'all finna just earn this respect today. And you scored on a dude. Like, what would that feel like?
It felt good, honestly, like because I feel like I said, girls are like what girls been underestimated for a while now with basketball, and then when you're playing with boys, they can be like, oh yeah, like she can't do certain things because she's a girl. So that makes you feel good when you can like prove them wrong and show them like, okay, like I can hoop too.
So when did you first kind of deal with any type of challenges in your game? Because so far it seems like it's just smooth. And it's just like, all right, I picked up the ball. I was confident. I was getting buckets. And it's like, I can play defense. In high school here, all right, I guess I'll start playing defense. But what were the challenges that you had to overcome?
I would say the biggest challenge I had to overcome was defense actually. Like when I got to college, my defense wasn't that sharp. And it was like so many more details and stuff that I didn't know about. It was like, dang, you really have to guard. So I would say my defensive end of my game, and then just adjusting to the pace and the speed. I think that was my biggest challenge, and like learning how to find a equal point for where I can just I can play my game, but I can also play at a higher pace. I can defend. I would say yeah, that was my biggest challenge, overcoming the defensive end. You know, it's still in a work progress too. Doing it consistently.
Mm. What are some things you learned about defense?
That it's a want to. It's a want to for sure. I feel like defense definitely exerts more energy than offense would. That's like I feel like defense, you down, you're sliding, you trying to cut people off, you're constantly talking, you pointing, you communicating with your teammates. Like it's a lot of lateral movement. I feel like it takes a lot, and then but like I said, it's like a pride thing. Like you don't want to if you want to get scored on, like it's a want to play defense. So yeah.
Mm. What was that first matchup in college that had you feeling like, all right, defense is some work out here? What was that first match you had that made you go back to the drawing board?
I would say I wouldn't even say a matchup. I'd say my first couple of games. That's when I really realized I'm like, okay, it's a lot of details in this because you went help. The ball gets skipped. You close out too high, close out too low. Stuff like that. Have you getting beat off the dribble? Stuff like that I wasn't thinking about a couple of years back. I'm just thinking, all right, somebody catch the ball, I'm going to close out. But your angles matter. How you like approach them, you got a hand up. Like, are you ready to push off your foot to get them off? It's a lot of stuff that goes into that. And like I realized that my first couple matchups, and I was constantly watching film with my coaches to fix that because like I got to work on my closeouts. Like it matters, and it doesn't matter if you like really fast. I noticed it wasn't a speed thing because it's all about angles.
Yeah. Them angles are everything on defense. It's
Oh
like
yeah, no, for sure.
when you get the right angle at it's kind of hard to explain verbally, but like the defense is all about angle and pushing them to one spot or another. And so if you're giving up too much of an angle, that's an easy lane to the goal. But if you're not angling enough, they can go either way they want to. And so like small little
Yeah,
stuff like that, you don't pick up on. And then if you on the right side of the floor and the coach say we're not giving up middle, that means you got to turn at this angle, but not too much because you want to push them to the corner. Or if you got a big, push them there. So like small stuff like that makes a big difference. But like when you a kid, you thinking this stuff like at this level, but it's really level 10 things that you can get into. Now you're in college, it's like, okay, you start to level up and you understand it more. So
right.
if you could like go back to high school and tell yourself like this the one thing to help you get better at defense, what would you say?
I would say working on my lateral movements and like dropping. I don't know how to explain this right, but like dropping my foot when somebody drive, running to cut them off, being able to defend, react to like changing directions quicker. Like I would say, yeah, I say work on my reaction time and being ready to move them feet.
Man, that footwork is everything, man. Cause
Yeah, it's everything.
like a lot of that coaching of like you gotta slide the whole time, you can't cross your feet stuff. It's like you asking to get beat at that point, bro. Like it's crazy I still see coaches saying that. And it's like, bro, ain't me one anybody that just strictly slides the entire time, never had to
Right,
turn,
right.
and I'll give you $1 million and I don't have $1 million to give. So it's just like, come on, man. Like, show me film of an elite player who never crossed their feet and has to turn and run, and I'll find $1 million to give you. Because all of them have to do it. So that's probably like
Yeah,
the fundamental footwork adjustment I wish coaches would have, just being like, hey, bro, stop this sliding. Like you slide maybe 2, a good 3, maybe 4. 4 is the max you're probably doing it. After that, you either have to turn and pivot or you have to turn and run. So
right.
that's my soapbox moment, but I get tired of seeing that. But but no, that's a big thing. Your footwork. What went into developing your footwork on the defense?
I would say them ladder drills or the drills that we used to do and practice a lot when you start at the block or like out of bounds and you run to the elbow, slide across the free throw line, back pedal down the other end, like that little stuff. Doing that, I was all like, at the time I'm like, whatever, we just running up and sliding, but like not when you really think about it, like no, that's how it is. You gotta run up, close somebody out, be ready to push off that leg. You might need the back pedal, a quick turn, movement of your feet. So yeah, I would say that.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff like that that feels pointless. It,
Hmm.
it has some level of meaning behind it.
Right.
How long did it take you to kind of get that understanding? Was it like the first 3 times, like, oh, this is stupid? And then it's like 4 times, like, oh, okay, I understand. How long did it take you to go from not liking it to understanding it?
I would say about maybe a couple weeks. When I got to college my freshman year and realized, okay, like all the details that went into playing defense, it took me like some time. I was all like, okay, right, this is what I need to do in order to guard at a high level consistently. And I realized that. But then once I got it, it's just all like, now I got to keep doing it consistently. It's like, I would maybe do it a couple times good here and there, but then I'll probably not do it a couple good times, you know what I mean? So like just doing it consistently what it is. Because once you like I said, once you get them ankles down, it's a way easier game.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the hard part about defense is that it's like you have to keep showing up no matter what. And it's like it's no way
Yeah,
around it. Like you can't just sit here and take a play off, take a time off because it's on you. And so
right.
whether the girl getting 5 or 15 on your head, it's like you gotta keep playing, gotta keep showing up, putting the same effort into it. Offense, you can kind of slack
Hmm.
off a little bit. It's like, all right, I'm gonna let you do your thing. You can start being a playmaker. You can just shoot the ball versus trying to drive and like different stuff you can do manipulate that way. Defense is a lot different. Like if this your matchup, this your matchup. So
Right.
having that
Ain't no
heart
way
on
around it.
on defense, ain't no way around it, dog. Like if this your matchup, you gotta play it. So having that heart on defense is everything. How did you kind of develop that piece of you of like, all right, not only do I have to lock in and play defense at this level, but I gotta do it consistently and keep showing up. How'd you get that part of your game built?
I would say I got to build that mentally because, as a freshman coming into college, you want to be on the floor. And if I didn't get my defense together or get it to the point where, okay, you won't be detrimental if you're on the floor with us and you'll play more. So now I start to think, I'm like, okay, yeah, I got to get this down because I want to play. Like, I don't want to be a liability. I don't want to
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
weak point on defense. So, like, I got to get it down. So I would say that's what I realized.
All right, so now we gotta get to the shot blocking. When did that part come in? Because you telling me you love shot blocking and you're a guard. So when did this love for shot blocking first start to show me like not only can I defend, but
Uh,
I can actually block shots? When did that start out?
Really, ever since I've been like, when I started playing 7, 8, like, I always used to like to go up, even playing against the boys, go up and try to block somebody. Like, it give you a different type of feeling blocking the shot than I think stealing the ball. That's what I think. It's like imagine somebody going up all confidently and you just send them down. Like, that's just like, okay, like you thought you was going to score on me or like you thought you was going to get that off. It just gives you a different type of a dog in you when you block a shot. So I would say ever since I was little, like blocking shots has been like something that always made me like excited. I would say, and you probably won't see it much because I don't do much taunting or none of that. But blocking shots is definitely my thing.
Do you like it where it's like face to face, they about to go up with the shot and you strip it? Or is it like they're already up into the shot and you come in and like smacking at the peak of it? Which one do you like to do more?
They already up into their shot, and I just smack it.
I knew that was gonna be your answer. I knew it.
Yeah.
So being a shot blocker that you are, do you pick without a fouls too? Or is it mainly like you pretty much clean?
Yes, I would say last year a lot of games that we had, I would be in foul trouble going for so many. Like always swatting and everything. I had to learn how to be more disciplined and like go up with two hands, and then that's when I started learning how to block with two hands too. Just being more disciplined on it. But I used to pick up a couple fouls from all that swatting, thinking I could block everybody's shot. My coach used to get on me about it.
Yeah, you gotta. It's like because you want to have the excitement of the player doing what they're doing, but then they get too excited and trying to do everything. It's like, all right, bro, relax, like slow down a little bit. We
Mhm.
can't have you getting in foul trouble because you got to keep
Right.
playing defense, and we need you on the other end too. So, was it just the coach talking to you and saying, "Hey, relax, be a little more grounded," or was it you kind of just realizing that and being like, "All right, let me chill out and just make the smarter play"?
I would say a little bit of both. I had to tell myself to be more disciplined. Like, you don't have to block everybody's shot. If you go straight up, you can probably, make them adjust mid-air, make them miss just by having your hands straight up. You don't always have to block.
Hmm. All right, so now let's go back to the offense. How'd you kind of craft your game when you were younger? Like, was it just playing? Was it your dad kind of coaching you into it? Or was it some form of like trying to be like Maya Moore and Steph Curry? Like, how did you kind of find your identity on the offense?
When I would, now that I look back on it, when I would play my dad a lot, when we play one on one, like I modeled my game after him a lot because I didn't start training or getting in with training style like in ninth grade. So a lot of this stuff was either taught from him or self taught. Like I would work on my game a lot by myself. So, so
What was your favorite thing about your dad game that you wanted to kind of steal from him?
his shooting, he low key always wanted to post up and do fades. And I do a little bit of that now. His mid range, the pull up, the stopping and popping. Like it's really similar to how I play.
So when you were working with him, was it more of just playing or was it him training you a little bit too?
It was more playing, and he'll say his 2 cents here and there on stuff I could have did after I got done about being mad and being a sore loser. So yeah.
What was the biggest gem that he dropped that you still remember?
Mm. When I used to be when I used to dribble or like try to take him one on one, I used to be like really high on my dribble. And he used to like stay picking me, and I used to be so angry. I used to be like, dang, like I used to be like, you just bigger than me, that's why you're able to do this, or you just stronger than me, yada yada. But no, he would tell me like, you need to sell it, you need to be more low, like when you're attacking me. And then as I got older, I'm starting to realize like that stuff matters. Like you got to use your body more. Like he taught me all of that stuff, so very much grateful.
So when did you first start to get it clicking and it was like, okay, I got a real chance to beat my dad. Like I can really put up a good fight against him now and I got a chance to beat him. When that first taste started to happen.
When I got to high school, I say about like ninth, 10th grade. About ninth, 10th grade, he was getting older, and I was just getting better. So it was like, like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna beat you one day. I used to always say, I'm gonna beat you one day. Like he used to be so much bigger than me, but I started growing, started getting a little more muscle. So I'm like, I'm gonna beat you one day.
How long did it take you to actually beat him?
Years, years. We've been playing one since I was like 8, 9. Like it took me a while. Ooh, it took me a while, but then I knew I was gonna do it one day. Now I would have liked to do it a little earlier, but it's okay.
That's how I gotta be, man. Can't be taking it easy on a baby girl. It's like, nah, you gotta earn it like everybody else.
Yeah.
And going through that made you, mentally tougher, physically tougher and everything. And it got you to where you are today. I know in the moment it's frustrating, it's annoying. But now as you look back and it's like, dang, he was low key putting you on game the entire time.
Exactly. And I'm just like, wow, that's why I'm so appreciative of it. Very grateful, like realizing the steps that were taken for me to get to where I am now. Like I always look back and be like, you know what? Like I know why this was done because it got me to this point.
So when you were in high school and you were cooking and doing your thing, when did you first kind of realize you could play college ball and like really do something special at the next level?
Oh, 11th grade. 11th grade, my game was starting to like defend out a little more, and my pull up was getting a little more crisp. I was backing down, fading away. Like mid range game was nice. I was becoming more confident in my skills, and that's why, like I said, I started training like when I got in ninth grade. So I was able to hone in on different things in my game. I'm all like, you know what, like, okay, I can do something here. And then just like I will always get comments on my physique, on how my body is, like how I'm just built like an athlete. Like I'm meant to be a college athlete, and I can play at the next level. And that always motivated me too, because I will work on my body a lot as well. Like I love to lift, like work on my physique, my legs, all of that stuff. Like I want to make sure that was ready when I was in high school. So when I got to the next level, it was gonna be a big adjustment when we went in the weight room and stuff like that. So yeah.
What your workouts look like?
I would say in the summer I'll at least try to get about like maybe three in a day. So usually, like, we'll have our team stuff going on. That'll be in the middle of the day, but I'll do my own personal strength and conditioning training in the mornings, and then later on night, I'll probably do more skill training. So that was my biggest thing. And when I was like a freshman, before I went to college, it was even like I was working like a madman because I'm like, I got to be ready. Like, I want to be prepared. I want to have my body physically and mentally ready to, transform to the next level. So I was working like every day at 6 a.m. And then I'll go to work on my skills training later. And then I even try to do extra in with what I could do. And that's why I was grateful for like my parents able providing me to get me to these places because it was just a lot. It was a lot. So yeah.
All right, so take me through one of your 6 a.m. workouts. What were you doing?
6 a.m. workouts. Okay. I would say depending on how my body felt, but most of the time I was always ready to go because I'm all like, we got to get this done. We'll probably start with a warm up. I'll roll out, get my hamstrings activated, my quads, and then we'll start doing maybe it's an arms day. We'll be lifting. I'll do a lot of 3 sets, 4 sets of things, or like a lot of reps, and maybe we're going heavy or light. And then I get into more the agility of it. So I'll do like a lot of. I used to love working on plyos. I had to slow down a little bit to save my knees because I'm thinking about longevity now. But I used to love working on the jumping. So I would do a lot of, the little hurdles. You jump forward, jump to the side on one leg, jump with two over the last one. That would be done like, about, I really try to get that in like every day. And it got to a point where I was able to touch the rim. Like I was able to full on grab it. So like I really love working on plyos. I'm gonna get back to it real soon, actually, because I need to be trying to get ready to dunk it at this point in my career. But like I said, I'm trying to really figure out my body a little more and not and not overdo it. But yeah, so most of my 6 a.m.s consist of plyos, lifting, working on certain movements, getting comfortable with my body, and balance.
Mhm. So you really want to dunk?
I do. I've been like touching the rim since I was like in ninth, 10th grade, but I guess to never fully get over that. But grab it, hang on it. Like I never got to that point, but I definitely do.
How tall are you?
Like 5'9", but
Is
I'm
this
really
a
five. I'm really considered 5'10" though, but I'll take 5'9".
hey man? Do what you gotta do. I'll give you 5'10". I'm 5'10", so I'll give
Yeah,
you 5'10".
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just give me the 5'10" because I think I'm up there.
It's close enough, It's all in the ballpark.
No, it is.
But
Yeah, it is.
you get up there though.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you 5'10" and getting up there like that is impressive. So how much do you feel like how far away do you think you are from like really being able to dunk? Like how much would you have to put into it to really get there?
I feel like a consistent about 4 weeks, so basically a month of me really working on it every day, like maybe 4 times a week. Because all that jumping takes a load on your legs and my knees. But maybe like 4 times a week consistently, I feel like I can probably be dunking a tennis ball. Yeah.
Okay, tennis ball. Because I was like 4 weeks. All right, that's crazy. 4 months maybe you could be dunking, but
Yeah.
4 weeks regular. But okay, tennis ball makes more sense. I'm with you on that.
Hmm.
I can see you doing that. But how many haters have you had come at you about that?
About what? Oh, dunking?
Yeah,
You said haters?
for sure. Because you 5'10", like the odds of you doing that at 5'10", you know. So I'm pretty sure you had
Yeah,
somebody be
no.
like, "Girl, relax." Like, hey,
No, because usually like I would always be like, okay, like in practice or a workout, I'd be trying to touch the rim. So like I would do it. So nobody really was, I would say, hating. And then I would do that like straight off of vert. I'll just jump up, tap it.
That's impressive. Not gonna lie. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm rooting for you though. Cause that's
Thank you.
you got a lot more
Keep
girls
rooting.
dunking now than ever before.
Yeah. It's a
So
lot of more girls
if
that's
you can do it at
athletic. Like,
5'10",
yeah. I gotta lock it
yes,
in. I gotta get it
it's a
going.
lot more.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's doable, man. So I need you to be posting the workouts. And then one day we're gonna catch you at some summer workout or y'all just shooting around one day, like, hey, go ahead and get one. And you just
Yeah.
boom, punch one in. You're gonna see you on ESPN or something like that. Bleacher Report.
That's gonna be crazy.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I have to lock in. I gotta get that done.
you got time, man. Well, not right now, but later on, you got time to lock
Yeah.
in, get your body right, and then see you one day. I'm like, man, who's this girl on ESPN? Talking about dunking. Boom. 5'10"
Yeah.
guard at Georgia Tech dunks the basketball. Just wait.
Yeah, no, just wait.
But no, it makes sense because your workouts, you did a lot of plyometrics. And especially when you're younger, that stuff adds up to where you're at now. And I'm the opposite. Like, I hate doing plyos. When I was younger, I ain't like it that much. Now I'm older. I still don't like it that much. I could jump, but like, I just didn't like doing plyos. I couldn't stand it. I still can't stand it. Like, bro, I don't want to do all this. I need it, but I still don't want to do it. So you got my respect. Like, kudos to you. Keep
Dang.
doing it. You feel
Why?
me? Like,
Jumping is fun.
it is. I don't know why, man. I'd rather do it on a basketball court if I have to jump.
Mm. No, that makes sense.
You know, like if I'm in the weight room, I just want to lift and call it a day. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like doing
Yeah.
cardio. I don't want to do no plyos. None of that stuff. I just want to lift and then get out. And if I do everything else, I'd rather do it there. So like, if I'm a run, then be on the basketball court. If I'm a jump, then be on the basketball court. I'm not saying
Right.
that's right, but that's just how I am. So I still gotta get in. But man, it's a mental fight every time to be like, do your plyos. Go
No, it
run. It's
is.
like,
It is.
I don't want to though.
No, I can see that, especially with conditioning. Yeah, like running. I'd rather just do that on the court. Like, let's do it. Let's play a game of basketball. Like, let me get up and down that way than actually, like, running. So, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't hoop no more. So it's like I gotta get in some kind of way. So
Yeah,
but I
you
will say
do.
though, I have a love-hate relationship with long distance running. Like,
Mm,
I enjoy it for the mental workout of it, and I have a whole bunch of ideas when I'm running. I don't know why, but that's why I love it. And I enjoy like the mental game of pushing myself through that workout and kind of seeing where I'm at with it. But I
right.
don't like anything else about it. Like, I just can't stand it.
Right.
So that's what keeps me from doing it consistently because I don't like doing it. But there are very
Mm-hmm.
good bonuses to doing it that I want to get back to doing it. So
Mm.
I don't know, man. Because I don't hoop. It's like, what's the point of doing this, bro? So it's like,
Yeah, it's like, is it
I
kind of
don't know.
harder, you would say, to work out now that you don't really hoop?
For sure. Because it's like, I get it for like the longevity standpoint and it's healthy and I understand all that stuff. I do. But I just don't care. Like, that's the issue. Like, I can understand all the reasoning of doing
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
But for me to have to go to a gym or go to a park and just have to run, it's like,
Yeah.
what am I running to? What am I running from? Like, it don't make sense for me. So
All right.
that's what kind of holds me back from doing that. But I don't know. I gotta find some discipline to kick in to do it. Because once I get going, I'm pretty good. But it's just that thought, like, bro, why am I doing this? Kicks in. Then I start slowing down on it. So I'm gonna get better, man. I gotta be like you and get in shape. Be
Yeah,
blocking
just
people
lock
shots
in.
and
You. Yeah.
I'm gonna get back to it though, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna see you dunking one day and be like, dang, that's crazy.
Yep, that's the
I called
goal
it.
right there. Got to get to it.
So it's the skill side, you getting buckets, mid range assassin. What your workouts look like to get you at that point? Like the afternoon, let's say 6 p.m. workouts. What did that look like?
More working on shooting off the dribble, like getting the ball, like picking up the ball, your pickups, the going to your shot, like the little details, all that stuff matters. And a lot of times with my trainer, because he'll be like, he trains other players too. We'll work on a lot of in-game situations. So like you drive down, kick to the corner, go set the down screen, come off. You got to lay up here, kick it back out for the shot. It'll be more of that type of stuff that force us to like play together a little bit, and then we'll like go up and down at the end, and work on certain reads, and we'll have to have certain rules too. Like, oh, you got three screens, you got to do three screens, three off ball, two on ball before you score, forcing you to play the game of basketball the right way. So
You was working with Pitts?
yeah,
That's my guy, man. I got cool with him. He good people. So when I heard that, I was like, yeah, that sounds like Pitts and what he do. So uh
yeah,
show him some love, man. Talk about Pitts, man. Let's talk about him real quick.
yes. Pitts, he's just a great trainer all around, and I would say not even just from the skills he tried to input into his players that he do train, but just the mental aspect of it too. Like he's always very overly confident into his players. He likes to pour into them. Like he always believes in you. Like he's always one call away too if you need him to talk about anything. Like if you going through it right now in basketball, he'd be like, you need to hit my phone. Like what's going on? Like what we need to do? What's the problem here? So I would say like he's just always there, and the belief part is like very strong, and I always appreciated him for that. Just believing in my game, knowing that I can be bigger than what I even think I can be. Like just the belief part.
Yeah, man. He good people, man. Like you can tell sometimes that people they're good at what they do. Like they can
Hmm.
be a fire trainer, a dope coach, and it's like respect to doing that. But you can tell with
Yeah.
him, it's like it's deeper than that. Like I'm a dope trainer too, but I care about my girls and my guys 10 times more than
Hmm.
that.
Right.
And that's the part that's like I think it separates a lot of different people. It's like, man, I can be an average trainer and coach, but
Hmm.
if I lock in with you and I rock with you like that, we can make up for some of that bad training. I'm
Yeah.
not saying any bad training at all, but because
I
he
was
care
like, what?
about y'all so much, you can tell. Like I can see it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a
I
shot at
was
my
like,
guy.
huh?
That's not what I'm trying to say. He can train.
Yeah.
He can train.
Mm.
But for somebody else, that's what I'm trying to say. If they weren't as good as a trainer, it's like, oh, you can put up with him a little bit more because he care. But he got both of them. It's like, oh, I'm rocking with y'all as a human being, and I'm getting y'all better as a player too. And I love to see
Right.
that, man. They can tell, like watching through the screen, like, bro, these folks really rock with him, and he rock with these girls. Uh, yeah, man. Any more
Yeah, he
flowers you
do
want to
for
give
sure.
Pitts?
Yeah, like I said, just that belief part. Like, he gives you so much confidence into your game, and then even when training, oh my gosh, I don't know if you ever seen his videos, but he's all like, he'd be like the sound effects, and when you get doing your moves or you finishing, like he's always instilling confidence in you to do these things. Yeah, just great all around, man. That's my guy for real.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Pitts, man. It's good people. Um, yeah, he cool, man. So yeah, working on your off the dribble shooting. What were some of the details that you kind of picked up on that were like, okay, if I can really lock in on getting this small little thing right here, whether it's like the timing of it, the pickup cleaner, or the lift off it, what were the details that you started to realize that make a big difference between you can shoot out the dribble, but now you're really a sniper off the dribble?
The pickup for sure, because when you pick it up, coming down, stopping and popping, if you don't have control of the ball, your shot is not going to be accurate. It might not roll off your hand right. It might go left or right. But the pickup of it, you having that much control of the ball going up into your shot, it would definitely, you'll become more efficient over time. So I realized it was just a pickup. Having control of the ball is like a big piece into being like a great player. Because when you can manipulate the ball the way you can, it makes your game easier as well.
So that's when you started killing folks effortlessly. Like you were killing them before, but then you started getting the pickup right, and it's like, oh, y'all can't guard me now. Like it's over. That's
Yeah,
what that
once
key
I get
was.
to my spot, I'm able to like rise up. Like that's it. Like that's something I've been working on and honing in on. So it's like now it's just natural.
So talk to me about like the transition going from high school to college. What was that training like? You know, mentally, physically, whatever. What was that? The big shift for that. That was like, okay, I thought it was like this, but I really got to get better at this.
I would say the role switch of it. Who I was on my high school team versus when I got to college. I feel like when I got to college, I was forced to make more reads at a faster pace. And it was an adjustment for me because in high school I was more like I was on the wing. I would get it, it wasn't many of a second line defense or a third line because in high school you probably make one or two passes and you scoring it. But in college, teams force you to make them second line, third line reads. So you have to know that stuff because and they hone in on what you want to do as a player. So they're gonna stop your first option. You gotta know how to get to the second one. That don't work out, get to the third one. Like you just gotta keep it's reads on top of reads. And I realized that was a big adjustment for me, making reads. And even like now, like it's a day to day thing because becoming great at reads is not an easy thing to pick up on. So I would say IQ. IQ is a big part of the game. Like I said, it's like 99% mental. You get the game up here, it just makes you all around better player. But that comes with watching film, talking to your coaches, like really honing in on becoming um, a better reader on the offensive end. Even on the defense, like IQ, just elevating your IQ all around helps you as a player. And I feel like that was the biggest adjustment coming to college, learning that okay, like majority of this game is mental. Like yeah, the game is sped up, but it's more simple than you think.
Hmm. Explain that.
Like okay, like I just said, for example, you get past your first defender, second one come up, just make the simple pass to the open man. Third line defense come up, you gotta land on two, look out, make the simple pass. But I would just say it's more easier said than done because younger, you're just driving in trying to score. You're not thinking about the second line or third line all the time. Like that's why when you see uh, younger kids with such a high IQ to make those reads, it's like okay, like they got a good feel for the game, like they know what's going on. So I would just say keeping it simple. Because when I came to college, I'm like, dang, like am I gonna have to, do X, Y, Z to score this and that? No, you get to your spot, rise up, shoot. The game really gets simplified as you get older. I feel like it becomes more simple, but making the reads is the biggest part. But it's easier said than done. Easier said than done.
Yeah, yeah. Did that change for you now being at Georgia Tech? Or is it pretty much the same thing?
Oh no, it didn't change for me. It's pretty much the same thing. Like, um, you mean like in the making reads aspect or like the transition
Making reads.
making reads? No, yeah, it didn't change. That's still like a work in progress every day because like you can always become better in that area. Always. And that builds like team chemistry as well. Like you learning where your teammates want to be, how they operate, how they're thinking, and that's how you build trust and like just chemistry all around. So, no, I feel like you can. That's something you can always get better at. You can always be strengthening your mental every day with basketball.
Yeah, yeah. So what was the biggest adjustment, or what has been the biggest adjustment so far being at Tech?
I would just say, like, we have a whole new team coming in, just finding where the pieces stick at. That would be the biggest adjustment. Just knowing your personnel, knowing how your teammates want to play. And now that we're going into games, like we're learning more and more stuff about each other. Like people are starting to show certain things that they maybe didn't show earlier before, and that's good because that's how we'll grow as a team. So I say that's been my biggest adjustment, and like just I don't know if I'll call this an adjustment, but like just learning. I feel like being here has taught me to even make better reads. Like I've been really honed in on being a better passer, trying to make the right, just don't making the right play at the right time.
So are you playing a little bit more point guard now, or is it strictly still getting buckets? You still a mid range sniper?
Nah, I'm still on the wing. I guess you just strictly getting buckets, but yeah, I'm still guard on the wing.
Mm. So what's the next evolution of your game? Like, what is the thing that you see? Like, man, if I can get better at this, if I can work on this, fine tune this a little bit more, you can take that next step.
Um, I would say becoming ball handling, getting a little more shiftier with my ball handling, being more what's the word? Unpredictable. Yeah, kind of playing with a more of a pace. That got a little better. Not just playing at one pace, switching it up a little bit, being a little bit more. I don't know, like it's a little more swaggy in my game a little bit. I feel like if I want to elevate my game more, I want to get comfortable in that aspect.
So who you looking at to kind of model that game a little? It sounds like it's gonna be a little bit more stealth. You trying to get your ball handling up, trying to get a little more shifty. Are you trying to be a little bit more like Steph right now, or is it somebody else you kind of modeling after?
I've been watching Anthony Edwards a lot lately too. I really like his game. Really like his game. His build, how he get to the rag, how he shoot, he posts up, fade away on his mid range sometimes. Like I really like his game. So I would say maybe a little bit of his. And like I said, Maya Moore, for sure.
Is that the Atlanta Georgia connection, or is it just his game?
No, no, it's just his game. It's just his game. It's just his game.
Yeah. Do you want to make it to the W? Is that a goal of yours, or are you kind of content with finishing out with college ball, or do you want to go pro?
Now, every time I get asked this question, I tell people like I want to let basketball take me as far as I can go. So that's the W. That's overseas. Like, which I know I can play pro. Then I would do so for sure.
But do you want to?
I would say yeah. Like it's nothing like I love basketball. That's why when I answer the question the way I do, it's like at that point when I'm graduating college, and I know I'm not gonna want to let it go. I know I'm not gonna want to let it go. I just know for sure, like, because it's kind of just been something I've been doing my whole life. I don't work so hard for it. Like, it's just gonna be hard for me, probably just drop the ball. But I'll know when I get to that point, like, okay, like, this is what we're gonna do. But for right now, I just focus on the everyday, day to day process of me getting. I just try to stay with my feet are. Just stay with my feet are.
Yeah, I was just about to ask how you kind of manage the idea of trying to go to the next level with being at Tech, but you kind of answer that. When you see how the W is right now with girls getting drafted, and the girl, she was a top 10 pick, like a week later she
Mm.
dropped from the team, and you're seeing all the big roster shakeups, and it's like, oh, she just got signed, she just got drafted, and then cut 5 seconds later. Does that
Yeah.
kind of impact how you think about the W, or is it kind of just like you just gonna shoot for it anyway and hope for the best?
It definitely impacts the way I think about it, but I would still shoot for it anyway and hope for the best. Cause like everybody's journey is different. Now although they're like cutting great players and stuff like that, I know like with going pro, it's a system. It's a type of way they do things. So that doesn't mean that player is less talented than what they are. Maybe they just didn't fit that system, or maybe they just couldn't do certain things consistently, and that's like okay. That doesn't mean that they're not good because they be really good. They be great players that be going to the W and they be getting cut. And we just I was like, oh wow, but we don't know what's really going on in the training camps and the practices. We don't know. So like I would say definitely I'd be thinking I'd be like, dang, like, like, can anybody get up in there? But nah, it won't stop me from trying for sure. So yeah.
Yeah. And that's where it's like, I don't say nothing online, but like I don't think people understand that it's not that simple of you just taking the best player. Like, yes, she can hoop. Like, no one's saying she can't hoop. But
Right.
if we already have 3 point guards
Hmm.
and she ain't bringing nothing 10 times better than the next three girls, then I don't need her on the team. I need another big. We play fast and she's a slow paced guard. I'm sorry, we can't make it work. And so the
Right.
nuances of that make a huge difference. And like people like, oh, why? What they doing over? They need to sign her back. Why would you draft her? And da da da. And it's like, bruh, I'm sorry. There's things that you just can't control. She can be the
Yeah.
best PG in the system, but because we already got Paige, we don't need another point guard. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. So
Right.
that's the small thing that I don't think people fully realize, and it's like fandom takes over, and they don't realize like, bro, there's
Hmm.
an operation behind this that's bigger than just picking the most talented girls. That why they picked that girl in the first place, I don't know either. That's the question I have of like, why are they doing that? Like, if you already got 13 spots full, why are you drafting four girls? Like, that's the part I don't
Yeah.
understand. But I don't know, man.
I
Maybe
don't
you can
either.
figure it out for me when you get drafted.
I don't
Somebody
either.
can tell you.
Yeah.
But they having more teams now. They finna by the time you are eligible to get drafted. Well, if you leave after your senior year, I'll say that
Hmm.
they should have two more teams. So I think it's two or three. I don't remember, but that's the better odds for you. So if you could be like, hey, free agency, every team needs a guard. Where would you like to hoop at?
I'm not gonna lie, I would love to hoop somewhere outside of Atlanta. I don't think I want to be at home. I think I like to make an impact somewhere else. Now, do I have an exact spot? No. So I can't really answer that question. Anywhere, any team that thinks they can use me and take me, that's cool with me. So yeah,
That was a very beautiful PC answer that would work if this was like a pre-draft thing. That's a great answer. That's lovely.
yeah,
I think that's a great answer to have. But this is not a pre-draft interview thing. This is a real deep dive into what she would like.
yeah,
Bro, be real and say you love to play with Asia. Let's be real. You would love to play at Minnesota where Maya Moore play. Just be real. You can do that with me. Okay? You would love to
you're
hoop
right.
with Stewie,
You're right.
whoever. Be real. Come on, man. Like, come on now.
I would definitely love to play for the Aces. That is a great organization.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, no, the Aces for
Thank
sure.
you. I'm looking for the
Aces.
real here. You ain't finna just skate
Mhm.
by the answer with me. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got the real answer. How would the 1-2 punch of you and Asia work? Like, give me your breakdown of how that'll look.
I would stay hitting her in that elbow mid range area. I'll hit her, all the time because I know like okay, yeah, she's gonna go to work. Playing with H, I know like okay, she's gonna get this rebound. I can jet out like she's gonna get it. We're fine. Like just knowing that her presence in the paint and how aggressive she is, I would be very confident in her like as a teammate. And I feel like I'll get to my spots, even if I'm missing something, I know Asia down there battling to get that rebound. I just know she's down there working. I know in the defensive
Yeah.
end, that I know that if I have help on that weak side, she's probably coming over to block it, you know, just stuff like that.
So yeah, let's say you get to go to Las Vegas with the
Hmm.
Aces. It's gonna be a lot
Yeah.
of different opportunities thrown at you. A lot of different off the court stuff going on, and you low key be doing your thing, modeling with the IG stuff. I see you. You know, I beat the game.
Hmm.
So, would you want to be like, hey, Asia, let me model the shoes for you? Like, I can get the sweatsuit. You can do that whole thing with her,
Hmm.
or would you kind of like get your own deal with somebody else? How do you want to play out your modeling career at the next stage?
I was definitely thinking about at one point in time making my own logo, like really branding myself, really getting into it. And I was on my page, I was doing that stuff to kind of start building my brand, showing that I could model, I could be behind the camera a little bit, engaging into that so I can open more opportunities for myself. So I would definitely like, I would love to model for Asia, no, for sure. Like her shoes, maybe a couple of sweatsuits, but I would definitely start branching out and maybe doing my own little thing because I know how to do a little bit of graphic design. The school I was at prior, like that was
Mm.
my major, so I was really into that. I love photography, so no, I definitely would come up with something of my own.
So, are you close to getting your logo, or is it like you had one but you never put it out? Like, what's that situation?
I had a couple ideas, but I never put it out. Like I got to get back into it and really, because I really feel like it could be something good that I want to do. But it's all a part of the plan. In due time, it'll come out when it's supposed to come out.
You got to get that ACC championship first, and then you start like, all right, let me go
Hmm.
focus on a little bit more of the modeling career and all the other stuff. But what made you
Right.
want to start getting into it? Was it just you always like, man, I look good, so I might as well just model, or does somebody be like, hey, you look good, come model this stuff for me? How'd you get into modeling?
Well, this brand had reached out one on my page. I think it's called like Feline Apparel. Because I was a basketball player up in Clarksville, Tennessee. They was like, we're trying to find a couple athletes to model this brand. Want to start like a little athlete launch, and I was like, sure, I'll do it because I wanted to find ways to, I was like, let me try to see how I look behind camera, see what it's looking like, see what I'm working with because I knew that if I planned on wanting to build my brand, I had to start getting work in this now, getting used to the camera, getting used to like posing, being a little bit uncomfortable, breaking that ice. So when I got those opportunities, it's like second nature. So yeah.
So modeling is kind of not awkward for you, but it's like a new territory. You're not as comfortable with it. You feel confident doing it now?
I would say I would. I'm like, I don't really have no second. I don't be second guessing about it. Like if I get an opportunity right now, somebody hit me up, I'd be like, yeah, I'm down. Like let's do it. But the first time, I would say like, okay, like this is weird. Like how do I pose? Do I look stiff? Do I look comfortable? Like it was a lot of second guessing, and I didn't feel like as photogenic. But like once I got more comfortable, people would guide me through. I'm like, okay, I got this. Like this is not bad.
There's a thing within I'm gonna go there. I don't care. So there's a thing within like with black women of like having dreads, and it's like they
Mm.
can't be as diverse and not as like you can't be a good model because it's like you have dreads, right? And so
Right.
have you dealt with that at all? Or like has anybody kind of been like, what are you doing? You got dreads and blah blah blah. Have you dealt with that?
No, I haven't. I actually, when the brand reached out, they was happy. She was happy about my hair. She felt like it was a great way to showcase, like,
Mm.
black women and, the empowerment, what we stand for, what we go for, just showing that I'm like confident in who I am.
So you never had anybody be like, hey, you should think about cutting your dress or think about changing hair up.
No.
I love that, man. That's dope for real. Cause
No,
I'm
yeah, it
pretty sure you
is.
heard that stuff, like people having to deal with cutting their dreads and stuff. You heard that before, right?
Yeah, yeah, modeling can get really crazy. You have to do a couple things just to fit their standard to what they think is best for you. So, yeah, I have heard things like that before.
Mm. I'm glad that you're gonna be able to have that image because there's a lot of girls who middle school, high school want to get the deals and want to do stuff like this too, but they're probably getting told like, "Hey, you're gonna have to cut your hair or you're gonna have to change it up or do something like that." And it's gonna be like, "Nah, she's over here doing it. She over there hooping with Asia, and she just got a modeling deal over here. Like she dunking with the dreads. Like why can't I do things with my dreads too?" So for you to be
Right.
able to be like that image, see how I slid that in there. No, that was nice.
Yeah.
But but no, you're gonna be an image for girls to be like, man, she's doing all this. Why can't I do it too?
Mhm.
So I think it's dope how
Right.
you just gonna be uh just being an image and being that figure, being like, nah, I can do this because she's doing this too. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
But if you had to give one little girl's advice, whether it's life, basketball, fitness, whatever,
Mhm.
a little 13-year-old girl, she's coming to you like, hey, give me something.
Mhm.
I need a gym from you. I need some advice. What would you tell her?
I would tell her to stay confident and trust the process. Fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the days that maybe your shot's not falling. Maybe you're trying to work on this skill and it's not looking so good at first, but trust the process. When you fall in love with the process and not focus on your end result as much, you get better each and every day. You get stacking, and when you get to that point, you don't even realize, like, dang, something I was complaining about or working on a couple weeks or months ago, I have it now. Like I have it. So I
Mm,
would just say, stay, stay confident and trust the process. Stay confident
mm,
and trust the process. I feel like I learned that just a couple years ago, right before a little bit in high school, but when I was really approaching my freshman year of college and I was working out every day, like 3 2 workouts a day, I was really telling myself I was falling in love with the process. It felt good knowing that I'm going hard and I'm getting better. And then when I seen that progress, I'm like, okay, like this is makes me more eager to go even harder. So yeah.
what do you think kind of separated you from other girls? Because a lot of girls are training, a lot of girls are working out, but is it the fact that you're putting in 2, 3 workouts a day? Is it the fact that you embrace the fitness half and working out on your body sooner? Like, what do you think separated you from the other girls to really be where you're at now?
I would say working on the fitness aspect of it, like getting my body more prepared for anything. Yes, you can have your skills, you can be honed in on your skills, but if you can't maybe condition the right way or your balance is off, you're not strong enough, like that's gonna defer your skill set. Like you're not gonna be able to do certain things because your body can't endure certain things. So I feel like I really focus on my body more than anything. I feel like that's what would separate me and just like working on the little things, like stuff that people we forget about as basketball players, our balance, having great core strength, being able to sustain a hit, it's a lot of little stuff that matters and that plays in to being a great all around player when you really take care of your body.
Mm. So, if little seventh grade version of you saw you right now,
Mm.
how you think she feel?
She'll be proud. She'll be proud. I think she'll definitely be like, looking up, looking up to me and be like, wow, like I can't wait to be like her. I can't wait to do what you do. Like she'll be proud. Cause I wish like these kids
Mm.
these days working out on their bodies from like what elementary school, maybe 6, 7. Like I wish I had the work ethic that I do now and knowing what I know now, man, ain't no telling. But yeah, she would definitely be proud.
What would you tell that version of you?
I would tell her to trust the process and stay confident. Like you're gonna grow up and as you get older, you're influenced by a lot of more things. You're seeing the world from your perspective. You're growing up trying to learn more about yourself. So I would just say stay confident through all and trust the process. And stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself.
Mm.
And I feel like looking back on how I grew up, I always stayed true to myself. Like I never changed for anybody or any environment I was in. So yeah.
Explain that. Like, what was the fight to stay true to yourself was? Like, what was the situation going on?
Um I would say because when you're growing up and when you're playing basketball, you're adjusting every couple of years because you go to elementary to middle to high. It's some adjustment that you're making, and as you're learning to get better through some things, or you're going through those adjustments, you might not be in the best mood. You might not feel like yourself. You might be like, dang, like I don't know what's going on. I can't get it. I keep messing up. Like maybe you didn't feel like saying hey to that person that day, or maybe you didn't feel like going as hard because you're giving up on yourself or you're battling yourself mentally. So that's what I mean by staying true to yourself and just saying like you're still showing up every day. You're still being a great teammate. You're still being a great friend. Just like staying true to yourself despite what you're going through. So yeah,
Mm. I love that, man. I think that's
yeah,
definitely a message we need to be teaching the kids and stuff. Because especially now with social media and all the influencers, social media influencers, the streamers, it's a lot. So
yeah. It is. It
yeah,
is. Influence
that's
is
beautiful,
very
man.
a huge piece. It's a huge piece.
Yeah. You got anything else you want to leave the people with before we get out of here?
Um, no, I don't think I got nothing. I just enjoyed being able to do this with you today. Glad that you reached out to take the time with me. I'm glad I'm able to talk to people, able to figure a little stuff more about me or figure stuff out about me a little more, getting to know who I am. So I appreciate that.
No, I appreciate you coming on. It was cool. You know, I didn't know you trying to dunk, so I think that's my biggest takeaway. You trying to dunk. I don't know why.
Yeah, me trying to dunk. Yeah, it's been a goal for a couple years now. Yeah.
Man, I'm rooting for you for real. Cause if you can do that, bro, that's gonna be big. Like
It's gonna be huge.
that's gonna be
So
something.
like
Yeah.
huge. So yeah.
But now I'm rooting for you. Hopefully you gain a few more fans to be like, man, I like this girl. I'm rooting for her a little bit more
Yeah.
now. And tell them come see you, come holler at you, man. We early in the season, man. You know.
No, yeah, for sure. No, for sure. I am. Gotta get out there more.
So yeah, if y'all want to go see her, go pull up her at her games. Georgia Tech Hooper right here, just transferred in. She's young in terms of ACC, but she's a veteran in terms of college.
Great way
Uh,
to put it.
yeah, I'm trying to think of something else deep to say, but it ain't coming right now. So this is a great ending to the show.
Yeah,
I
it's
think I'm really
great.
struggling. I can't think of nothing right now, so I'm gonna stop before I embarrass myself some more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, I appreciate you coming on, squeezing time in for me in your schedule.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody for watching and listening. Go support her. Watch her at the games. And then tell her, like, hey, I saw you on a podcast. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man, that's it. So, yeah. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. See you on the next one.
All right.